man. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix this. Yeah, this is the Type 4 engine. That's not what it looks like. It's not leaking from the valve cover. That's actually coming from that hose that has a breather, like a little miniature air filter that goes on the hose. We're gonna actually have to hook up that thing to the carburetor. Yeah, it's another day. We're gonna work on blue and we're gonna work on green. Yeah, greeny here. Blue shutter. We got the motor mounts. No, I'm sorry, the transmission mounts. I keep calling them motor mounts, but they're transmission mounts. We got some CB Performance motor mounts. We're thinking the shimmy is related to the $4 motor mounts that we got from the auto parts, but yeah, you get what you pay for. Ha! If that doesn't take care of the problem, it's probably going to be the darn disc, and we might have to go to the disc with the springs that have 3 rivets, and maybe. But I'm thinking this is going to solve the problems. You know, so it's going to be, third one is the charm, right? Third one is the charm. And then this one, I actually... It spewed a lot of oil. We'll get into this later on. I'll let you know what's going on. But this one, I'm just gonna very quickly. I'm not gonna show you me dropping the motor or anything like that. I'm just gonna show you a little bits and pieces of what I'm doing, because you guys have seen like hundreds of gazillions of you know, bug motors being dropped and then reinstalled. It's like boring. So we're just gonna get to nitty gritty, see if that solves the vibration. I'm hoping it does, so that if you guys are going through that same problem of that shimmy just amplifying so bad in the back, maybe this will help you. That's the only reason I'm doing blue today. And then greeny, again, like I said, there's an oil spill on the driver's side from the vent that goes to the head, and it's got this little stupid little filter that I put there. It's not a filter, it's a vent filter. I'm gonna call it a vent filter. It's tiny, but yeah, it's spewed its gut. We'll go into that later. Okay, let's get to this one real quick. So we're gonna take that flywheel off, and we've got a brand spanking new one. Yay! Got a new one that we're gonna install. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it out. There we go. We got that shit. Okay, so we got a brand spanking new one from SoCal. Yeah, I didn't get it from CB Performance. It's actually almost identical to the CB Performance, but I guess we got a little discount or something, and yeah, the discount one. So we went with SoCal, the ones in LA, over by the 91 and the 405. Yeah, we went with them. So here it is. We're gonna go ahead and install that sucker now. You know what they say, third one's the charm, right? Okay, so we're thinking that the reason it has, this thing has a shimmy, a really bad shimmy, is because of the motor mounts. So, because we got those brand new, remember on the past videos, we had to replace the motor mounts, but they were Rhino mounts. It had Rhino mounts, so we put the stockish $4 a piece motor mounts that we got from the auto parts store, and I think these things are like jelly. They're jelly, so it amplifies everything. So we're just gonna add these Rhino mounts. Well, they're not Rhino mounts, they're CB Performance mounts, but they're kind of like Rhino mounts. If not, they're probably exactly the same except different color. But anyways, yeah, it's got a new flywheel, new pressure plate, new disc, and it's still doing it. So we're thinking that's our solution right there. We don't know. The only thing that I can think of, I might actually have to go back to the spring plate disc, a spring plate style disc that'll absorb those shocks. But we're gonna try these and see what happens. They say third one's the charm. All right, so the motor's in. Yes, I did disconnect that cable from the battery. You know, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of lazy sometimes and I don't do that. And I just use tape to cover up the power wires at the alternator. I just figured I'd do it the right way. Okay. Yes, this is a humongous battery. This is like 1,000 cranking amps. But this is because this thing has 2 humongous audio amplifiers. And they require a lot of battery to operate correctly, and my son really lets it rip. You know, I realize that a lot of people are just not audio freaks like we are, and that's all right. You know, you want to listen to an iPod, whatever, on your head and your ears. It's all good. It doesn't do it for me. I gotta have a massage. All right, so let's see if this thing starts. Make sure it's neutral. I love this car because this thing starts like nothing. Normally it starts like nothing, except today. No, there's something wrong. I forgot something. Yeah, and that's what I forgot. It happens to anybody. It can happen to anybody, man. Forgot to put the distributor cap on. It can happen to anybody. Should we try that again? And there you go. It just started right up. Look at those RPMs. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and test and see if if you still have the problem with the shutter, shimmy, whatever you want to call that. It amplifies itself in the engine bay, so we were thinking it's got to be those damn motor mounts, $4 ones. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna purposely just ride the clutch while I'm going backwards. I'm gonna release it so I can go forward, and it should do it right here. This is where it would do it. It would just, and I have 0. Yes, no shimmy. So guys, if you're suffering from shimmies, it's probably your cheap motor mounts. Oh, there you go. No shimmy whatsoever. 0, zilch, nada. So now you know. Let's just get in here, park it in. There we go. Okay. This is, I guess, fixed. So we're gonna get on my green bug and get on that vent connection to the driver's side IDF carburetor. For the very first time, I did a power run. Just, you know, I was in Mexico. Yeah, let's go with that. I was in Mexico and I figured I want to see what this bug can do with this Porsche engine, this bone stock Porsche engine. And I went for a power run. And what I discovered 2 things. One, if I keep it at around $1, this thing is not able to feed the IDFs, the 44 IDFs that I have, the twin ones. It's not enough, so I have to remove this. I don't think I need it, because the only reason I installed that is because I was having problems with flooding, and it turns out that it was my needle on my float that was messing up. My fuel pump, which is this one right here, puts out 4 psi exactly, so I'm 1 pound over what the recommended pressure for these IDFs are. But I'm pretty sure it should be able to handle 1 more pound without flooding. So I'm gonna actually remove that. And by the way, do not buy those things. Don't buy these things. These things are garbage, okay? Motor, why are you running some of these? Why are you running it? Huh? Well, because I'm different. Oh, I'm so special. I'm so special. No, I took it apart and I found what the problems are. It's the design on the diaphragm. It's not correct. Okay, it's the design on the diaphragm. It's not correct. I just repaired it and put it all back together, and it actually works now. Okay, it really actually works. And before it wouldn't do anything. Literally nothing. It's like it was just there. It's just there as a. And I'm not gonna make a video on this on how to make them work, because these things, if they're not working correctly, you can literally burn your car down. Okay, they can leak or whatever if they're not done correctly. Yeah, I'm special. Okay, I'm special. I can get these to work, but I'm not going to show anybody because I realize that this is a trap. Okay, don't buy these. It doesn't matter where you get them. If you get them from Summit Racing or any other company, doesn't matter who you get it from. They're the same junk. Do not buy that. Okay, get the other ones from CB Performance. Okay, those do actually work, and you can get the bigger one that is able to feed 2 carburetors. I suspect that I won't need it, so I'm gonna delete that right now, and then I'm gonna go down there and remove that darn hose and put a bigger one that'll reach all the way to here. I'm gonna go to the store right now and get these guys. I'm gonna go get this guy with the grommet, and I'm gonna go ahead and make the hole. I have the bit, the machining bit that'll make the hole right there. The hole right there. So yeah. Anyways, that's my day. I am ready. See, at least that muffler is helping me with something. I still hate that muffler. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some Awesome and clean the whole engine, detail it down, take all that oil residue that's sticking on there. I don't want to leave it on there, because if I leave it on there, it's gonna cake on, and it's gonna be effing hard to remove later on. So I'm gonna get it right now. Yeah, no more power runs for a while until I get that fixed. Man, I can't believe how clean this thing looks now. Let's look back here. Remember, it was all grungy and stuff, and there you go. She looks squeaky clean. Okay, let's get nitty gritty now. I shouldn't be getting all dirty, but we'll see. I'll still wear my gloves. All right, let's go ahead and remove this puppy, and remove this puppy. So yeah, see, there's my little filter thingy. Okay, that's coming off, and that thing is coming off. Yeah, that thing is coming off. It's already gathering dust. We had a nasty dust storm, so that's probably why you see that. All right, she came right out. We're gonna hook up that little end to that end right there. Right there. That should take care of it. I don't think I'm gonna need this. Remember, guys, doesn't matter what sticker it has here. It's garbage. Do not buy these. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and remove that, and I have a feeling that I might have to remove all this stuff to get to that and be able to actually hook up to that. So I don't know how that's gonna go. So this is where all my oil was coming from. We're not gonna use that anymore. We're gonna go ahead and install my thingies. So I got my bits so that I can make the hole on that aluminum thing. See, I don't have a drill that's that big, so that's why I have this guy. This is a bit. Has a side cutter on the side right here. Plus it has, well, so you can cut into stuff. Alright, so I got this ready already. It's already in the chuck and everything. I've got this clamped down with 2 things. I got a piece of wood underneath because I don't want to hit that metal thing right here. So I've got it centered. See, I can see where the line where the air filter goes. So I'm not going to hit that. See, I'm as you can tell, I'm pretty far away from there. That's actually where I thought I was going to make the hole, but it turned out that this edge right here was going to be like right near this line. And then when you put on the gasket, that goes in here, it would be over here in the way with the filter. So yeah, make sure you guys know that you have the perfect centering of that, so we can start. Anyways, I'm just blabbering. Here we go. She went into the wood. We're good. So let's go ahead and take that off. I ran into a little problem. I didn't notice that this one had like a very narrow gap through there. Then those two little, you know, larger and smaller, and then that little gap in the middle. Okay, it's too thick for this, so what I have to do is I'm knocking down these ribs using the exact same thing. So I just made a map of where I have to cut, you know, using the Sharpie, and I'm just machining those away for this. So let me reset and do probably the final cut. Enough. Okay. Figure I do a dry fitment before I go any further, making sure that I have a hose that's that diameter, and then I have to have it step down to connect to the head because that is big. I didn't realize it, but that whole connection is big. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the lesson for today is make sure your hoses are match the elbow. But it fits perfectly over here, see? Perfect. So I found my adapter. It's perfect fit to this thing. It fits right into this hose. So yeah, it just screwed right in. The threads go all the way up to here, and it tightens up really nice. So it's gonna look hokey. Who cares? It's my car. I get to drive it every day. Yeah, it's a daily driver, man. A daily driver. Believe it or not, daily driver. Anyway, I'm gonna put this back in. I'm gonna install that hose and see how that looks. So basically, what I ended up having to do is actually removing this armature right here for this craft, for the dual carbs, because I couldn't get my hand back here. It was just not enough room there. And look at what I did to my hand. There's no room, man. There's no room. Anyway, I was able to hook up the hose finally. Yeah, and so I'm gonna put everything back together now, and we're gonna see how that hose, where I have to trim it to look normal. Getting ready to put this back on, but it looked nasty, man. Just nasty, full of sand because of the dust storm we had. So this thing was just caked in sand. So I went ahead and washed it with some of this awesome. Can't beat, you know, that dollar store. Awesome. But first, I actually have to coat it with WD-40. Yeah, WD-40. Saw this on a YouTube channel. Some guy was cleaning their K&N filters or similar style filters. Once he cleaned it, he used WD-40 to spray it all down. You know what? I don't have WD-40. I've got this stuff, and I have same thing, but it's food grade. It's for like processing plants. They use this instead of WD-40 or stuff like that. But it's supposed to work the same. It like WD-40. So whatever. There we go. Just cake it on. Cake it on. All right. I'd say she's good. Let's put it on. All right. She's almost done. So basically, this is where I'm going to cut it right here to get it to go in there. And that should be it. We've got the, what do you call it? Fuel line. We took out the what you call it, the oil pressure regulator, fuel pressure regulator, and she's out. And we're gonna put this guy in like yay. Went ahead and cut it. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it on. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. She's in. She's good and tight. So this gonna move? Oh no, this ain't never gonna move. Alright, we're good. But that should have solved all my issues with this green bug. So I might do a power run before right after it gets dark. So I'm probably gonna go for a drive real quick. Yeah, that just happened. I just got back from Mexico from doing that power run. It was awesome. I'm not going to tell you how fast I went, but I went fast enough to know if these carburetors were going to run out of fuel. They did not. They did not. No, they didn't run out of fuel. I'm just joking. I was able to keep it above the speed that I was doing before, and it was able to stay there for at least 2 minutes. And then I just said enough of this crap, because these bugs shouldn't be, they're basically unsafe at around 85 and above. They're pretty much unsafe. Shouldn't be driving them that fast. So I was like, okay, enough of that. I'm just asking for it. So I slowed down and I just crossed the border and came back to this side of the US. So there you go. I just want to see if there's any leaks that I can see anywhere, and I do not see nothing. Any spray over here? It got dusty already, man. Whatever. Okay, it's a little dusty. Well, let me check the underneath the valve cover, because the valve cover is what was really like dripping. She was dripping, man. And look at that. It's nothing but just dust that it acquired during that drive. But there is no soaking of oil or anything like that. Then that's exactly what I was hoping for. So we're good. We're totally good, man. I think we solved that problem. So we were able to fix both vehicles today. Remember, just to recap, the cheap auto part transmission mounts are garbage. Okay, they're pretty much garbage. Don't if your first clue, if it's under like $10 a piece, that's probably your first clue right there. They're probably garbage. So don't go there. Just get some performance ones and just get it out of the way. If you're having that shimmy that's just there, it's always there. It's always there. Before you change your clutch, your disc, your pressure plate, don't do the mistakes we did. Get the motor mounts first. Get some CB Performance style motor mounts that are harder. The ones in the back, they don't seem to affect any comfort. In other words, there's no vibrations that go into the cabin whatsoever. Even if they're Rhino mounts, they will not go in there. Now, if you do the nose cone motor mount and you do like a Rhino mount, that is gonna turn your car into a vibration machine. It's gonna be nasty. I've done it on this green bug and I couldn't take it, and I ended up removing that Rhino nose mount, and I got a bus transmission mount, nose mount. I think it has 211 on it. Yeah, 211 on the description part. So if it has 211, the part number, and 211, that's the one for a 68 or 60. Yeah, I think it's a 68 bus. That will fit your bug, and it is much, much harder for your nose cone. So anyway, enough of that. Okay, so this is done. I am done, muchachos. Remember, keep it at safe speeds. These things are not meant to go too fast. I just wanted to see what this Porsche engine could do. It can do, even though it's bone stock, this thing can easily break a $120. I'm telling you, it can easily break a $120. I chickened out, okay? I chickened out at it. I chickened out, so I didn't go over a $120. But I could definitely do a $120. Anyways, that's it. Adios, muchachos.